Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited.
And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And that's for Mike.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Grand Cherokee started off as Jeep's midsize unibody SUV back in 1993. Switching to a crossover platform with a more plush, fully independent suspension for the 4th generation, which was released back in 2011, and the 5th generation Grand Cherokee that you see here has been with us since 2022 for the 2-row variant. The 3 rows released the year prior for 2021. For 2025, Stellantis finally listened to consumers' needs and brought back the 5.7-liter Hemi. I'm just kidding, they did not do that. But they did lower the price for the Grand Cherokee models, not so much for the base Laredo, but up to $4,000 in the higher end trims. For the non-plug-in hybrid Grand Cherokee for 2025, there are 9 trims available, ranging from the $37,000 Laredo A up to the $63,000 Summit Reserve, which was previously $67,000 in 2024. Here we have the limited trim, which in my opinion is a sweet spot for the Grand Cherokee for 2025 with a $43,000 base price for the 2-wheel drive models. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So as far as styling, since 2022, really not a whole lot changes. But with this black appearance package, really not a whole lot needs to change. We get the aggressive front end, LED lighting for the high, low beam, and the fog lights down below, LED daytime running lights, black Jeep logo right up top, panel housing our advanced safety features, and a pretty solid amount of airflow for the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. The wheel and tire setup, with this black appearance package, we get these black 20-inch rims, and they're pretty beefy. I believe they're 8.5 inches wide for the rim and 265 wide for the tire setup. The tires are Pirelli Scorpion Verde all seasons. Dimensions are 265, 50, R20. So the 265 wide tires, it's the same thing out rear, and this is a 2-wheel drive model. At least Jeep gives us rear-wheel drive for their 2-wheel drive models, not like a lot of the competition that does front-wheel drive, which gets really squirrely when you're trying to put the power down from a pretty powerful V6. Not the problem here. Anyway, the 265 wide tires shouldn't have any issues putting the power down, and the 50 sidewalls should keep the ride quality nice and plush. We get some side plastic cladding in case the rocks get shot up if we're off-roading this SUV. It's not the most off-road capable SUV. If you want something a little bit more capable, of course, go for a mid-size Wrangler. It's not going to be nearly as comfortable, not going to be as quiet. That's why this Grand Cherokee sells as well as it does, because it gives you the comfort while still giving you a little bit added capability compared to some of the competition. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile. Really good looks for this black appearance package. We get blacked out Grand Cherokee emblem on the door with an American flag right next to it, black contrast mirrors with an LED turn signal on it, blind spot monitoring on the glass, and it's a heated outside mirror. All black trim for the window trim, blacked out pillars, blacked out roof rails too, shark fin style antenna, same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger too. Push to open gas cap, you can put 87 octane fuel here for the 3.6-liter Pentastar, and you get a old school Jeep next to the fill cap. I like the body lines, solid bulges for the wheel wells, making it look a lot more aggressive and performance oriented for this SUV. Full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights, rear parking sensing. Shout out Furman CDJR in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. Backup camera above it, Jeep emblem, rear wiper, LED third brake light, limited badge, trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you what this SUV can tow. I believe it's around 5,000 pounds. We got our exhaust tip in the lower right corner. We mentioned a fully independent rear suspension since 2011. But speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6 sold by Jeep for the 2025 Grand Cherokee. And it sounds okay, cranking out 293 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power either to the rear wheels or all wheels with a 4-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 7-second range, so not the worst performer, not the best. Getting over 20 combined MPGs, I believe the EPA estimate is 22 combined. Definitely not something you're getting with a 5.7 Durango, definitely not something you're getting with a 6.4 Durango. So this still gives you pretty decent performance without really compromising the overall fuel economy. What we see is basically what we get. I did mention earlier, as a a joke that Jeep brought back the 5.7 liter Hemi. I wish. I do also wish they added a 3 liter Hurricane twin turbo V6 as an option for the Grand Cherokee. I think that would sell really good as a high performance 2-row SUV. That 5.7 though, being one of the last naturally aspirated V8 options in the 2-row SUV segment, I really wish they didn't get rid of it. I know the EPA cracks down on the fuel economy, but you don't have to only sell the 5.7. You can still offer the more fuel efficient options and give us enthusiasts a little bit more of a beefy option or alternative as well. I mentioned a smart access for the driver and a front passenger, but taking a step inside, we get soft touch up top, wood grain beneath it, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, aluminum separating the 2 tiers, soft touch in the center, and a gushy soft leather armrest. We get 2-window auto one touch, power windows out rear, 4-way adjustable mirrors. Unfortunately, no Alpine premium audio system, but it still sounds pretty good for a base system. Hard plastic down below, you'll squeeze a foot long, and a 24-ounce water bottle, and some candy in front as well. We get a plastic step-in plate. The seats are leather, white contrast. They're pretty decently bolstered too for a relatively base seat. Solid support for the bolsters and a pretty soft bottom and back portion. Fully adjustable, we get 4-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide electrically. And taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So as far as the interior, really not a whole lot changes. The only real change for 2025 is the lower price point for the higher trims, but nothing really needs to change. For the money, this was already one of the more premium alternatives on the road, and now they lower the price, making it an even more aggressive bargain. Thick steering wheel, white contrast stitching for the leather, decent 10 and 2. The 9 and 3, I do wish they cut it out a little bit more for the wheel, but most people don't drive 9 and 3 anyway. Pretty good steering wheel overall. Wood grain down below, some aluminum contrast, the adjustments for the 10.25-inch infotainment screen. On the right side, we get our radar cruise control adjustments, rubberized horn area, the horn, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes, and a pretty thick set at that. We get a tilt and telescoping steering column, the infotainment adjustments. As we mentioned, right now we're looking at fuel economy. You can see your vehicle information, oil life, tire pressure, start, stop. Drop down to trip information, your trip computer, audio, messages, settings, speedometer with a tach beneath it going to around 6,500 RPM, adaptive cruise control, and driver info, and right back to where we started. In the lower left corner, we get our coolant temperature. In the lower right corner, our fuel level, temperature outside in the top right, and our compass in the top left, digital speedo up top. We get paddle shifters. They're only partial, but they do feel pretty premium at that. Stocks have a satisfying click, feels just about the same as my Ram 1500. No auto rain sensing wipers, got to go up to the higher trims to get that. Interior brightness, auto headlamps, fog lights, electronic parking brake, hood latch release, and hopefully get a good look at the pedals. I'll move that plastic piece out of the way. More wood trim, aluminum separating the dashboard pieces, leather trim for the entire dashboard. It's not a genuine leather, but we do get genuine stitching. Air vents right beneath, and they're pretty large. Auto engine start stop, you can disable for this review. Lane keep assist is disabled. Traction control, you can turn off hazards, turn off parking sensors, and engage your sport mode. You get a 10.1-inch Uconnect system. It's a 3D display and a really high resolution one at that. And with the horizontal layout versus my Ram 1500 with the vertical display, our backup camera takes up the entire screen. Big thumbs up to Jeep for adding that, and it's a high resolution screen at that. Guidance lines and trajectory. You do have to go to the higher trims to get the 360, but still really good considering what this SUV is. You can press this 3D button and alternate to 2D. Shows us where the gas stations are, street sign illumination, and right back to where it was. Our seats and temperature adjustments are adjusted through the climate, but we also get hard buttons beneath. The vent controls right here in the center, and the temperature control right next to it. Heated seats with hard buttons and a heated steering wheel, volume dial, and a cover for your charge ports. I'm not a big fan of all this piano black, but at the price point you get what you get. It does look really premium, and it feels, sounds, and just drives like a really expensive SUV considering a sub $45,000 base price point. We get our home screen, let's check it out. You get your music and our map. Media shows you a song that's currently playing. Comfort, you'll get the temperature, heated seats, and all of that. Phone information, vehicle settings. You get a rear view camera, our overall setting adjustments, so you can see everything that we could potentially adjust. All of our apps, press the all, there we go. See everything that we get. Pause and take a look. My personal favorite screen would be the navigation, so we'll leave it there. We mentioned all the defrosters and climate buttons, the cover, USB A and C ports, aux port with a 12 volt right next to it. Pretty decent storage, no wireless phone charging pad standard here on the limited trim. Rotary dial gear selector. We already showed off the backup camera, and when you throw it into drive, you go right back to the previous screen. From reverse, you throw it into park, and you also go right back to the previous screen. You get some carbon flash trim, hard plastic for your knee will often hit. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles with some interior illumination and aluminum above it. Gushy soft armrest, 2 tiers of storage. You'll fit probably 3 or 4 wallets in this top tier. Business cards, pens, no cards in there. You'll fit probably 6 1-liter bottles of soda in the actual center console. Leather stitching for the top part of the dashboard for the airbag cover area. Hard plastic for the glove box. The glove box is damped, not lined and felt, but it's large. You're fitting 25 license plates, should be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes, wood trim above it, and aluminum. We don't get an auto-dimming rear view mirror. At this price point, that would be expected, an auto-dimming rear view mirror. It's okay that it's not digital. It's okay that it's not completely frameless, but yet auto-dimming would be expected. Sunglass holder, interior lights are LED, 3 garage home link settings, trunk release. You can turn off the lights for when the doors open, SOS and assistance, and no panoramic moonroof. So let's check out this window sticker, and that'll be just about it for the front seat of this 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x2 with a $42,905 base price. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features. Surprisingly loaded for the price point. The Baltic Gray Metallic is $595. Tow package for just under $1,000, giving you the trailer hitch zoom, auto headlamp leveling system, rear load leveling suspension. That's pretty cool. So it's almost like an air suspension system. Full-size spare tires, 7-pin and 4-pin wiring harness, class 4 receiver hitch, and the black appearance package, a little bit pricey, but you get these black painted aluminum wheels, the 265/50R20 Performance all-season tires, and the gloss black exterior accents. I think it looks great. $1,800 for the destination, totaling us out a tick over $49,000. 22 combined MPGs, pretty solid on gas. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat at least of this 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So we still get the soft touch up top, wood trim beneath it, aluminum beneath the wood trim, soft touch in the center, and gushy soft armrest, lock and unlock, power windows, speaker, decent storage. It's not a very deep cutout, so you're not fitting any sandwiches, but you'll easily fit a 24-ounce bottle with a little bit more storage up top. The second row seats are still leather, pretty decent bolstering. They can recline. Legroom looks decent. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 5 inches of knee room. The seats, they don't slide, but as I mentioned, they do recline. When they're fully reclined, there's like 8 inches of headroom. It does compromise a little bit of knee room, but there's no third row here, so you can be really comfortable sitting in the back seat of the 2025 Grand Cherokee. But in its upright position, I'll show you guys what the headroom looks like. Still pretty good. I got almost 2 inches of it. If you're under 6'6", you'll have no issue sitting behind your seat settings in the Grand Cherokee. Cargo nets behind both the front seats, air vents, USB A and C ports, 115 volt, 150 watt AC outlet, and we get heated second row seats, a little bit of additional storage. The interior lights back here are LED. We get a hook for both of the grab handles in the back seat. So very spacious, premium materials, and a very friendly base price point. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. Let's hop out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2025 Grand Cherokee Limited out for a drive. So it gives you a second to take a step back so you don't get duped in the face with the power opening trunk. The step in height, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. I'm about 7 inches away from the step in. So if you have older or smaller pets, it's probably not gonna be the easiest process hopping back here, but it is possible compared to something like a Wagoneer. Anyway, very spacious back here. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space is behind the second row and with the second row folded down. Secret storage, there is a full-size spare tire, so there's not gonna be that much secret storage space, but you can fit some stuff around the spare tire. You get an aluminum hook in each lower corner for tie downs, and we get grocery bag hooks up top in each corner as well. Jeep gives us a really convenient area to drop the trunk too, so if you have your hands loaded with grocery bags, you don't have to reach all the way up to press any buttons. The button is right next to where your grocery bag will be. You press it and it gives you like 3 seconds to step out of the way, so you're not gonna have to worry about the trunk collapsing out on top of your head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. Not a whole lot has changed compared to the previous model years, but the price point is a lot friendlier. This was already a pretty good seller for the CDJR dealerships, but now with the friendlier base price, it's probably going to sell even better. I mean, would only make sense. But performance-wise, let's take this 2025 Grand Cherokee Limited out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now that we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Over this rocky little off-road terrain, good approach angle, and with just two-wheel drive, it puts the power down with no problem. It is a good off-road capable SUV, but with just two-wheel drive, of course, it's not going to be as capable as it would be with the four-wheel drive with some off-road tires. But compared to most of the segment, especially the front-wheel drive SUVs, not even comparable. You can go with the two-wheel drive Grand Cherokee and probably not experience wheel spin unless you're a little bit too reckless with your right foot just about ever in this SUV, whereas a V6 front-wheel drive SUV, you'll definitely experience at least something. Over the speed bump, good ride. Of course, not going to be quite as soft as the air suspension equipped models, but it rides good. The self-leveling rear suspension also probably helps the ride quality a little bit. These beefier tires too. Throttle response is excellent. Brakes feel good. Taking a step out here. Steering does feel good. Body roll's limited on the gas. Woo! Yeah, this thing's got some get up and go. I can see 0 to 60 happening under 7 seconds with this two-wheel drive model. And just cruising along at highway speeds, it's quiet. Steering still feels good when you're at higher speeds. I do wish the shape of the wheel was a little bit better, but that's a personal complaint. Individually, you may love it, you may hate it. Brakes feel good. Very good consistent weight through the foot too. Throwing it in. Good low end, solid mid-range, and everything's very quiet in here. Driving by some cars, don't hear anything. These dual pane windows do an unbelievable job keeping this SUV isolated from the road. Over the bump, you hear it a little bit, but you, for the most part, don't feel it at all. We can try one out off the line, see how it puts the power down off the line on the gas. Ooh, yeah. Yep, the four-wheel drive model definitely doesn't launch like that. Felt a slight chirp through the tires. Try it out in sport, through the turn. Body roll's limited, coming out. Yeah, guys, this thing can rip. Sport mode holds the gear a little bit. Steering gets a tiny bit heavier. Try out these paddles. Third gear, pull. Mid-range is good. On concrete pavement, you do hear a little bit more road noise, but that's to be expected. Paddles are decently responsive. Rev match downshifts. But it's a quiet V6, you really don't hear it a whole lot. Brakes feel good. Throwing it in. Not bad. And second gear pull. I mean, responsive paddles, but they kind of knock you out of the power band if you shift a little bit prematurely. The V6 definitely prefers to be revving up high. Whew, snappy though. Brakes feel good. Throwing it in. Puts the power down. Not bad. We can take it out of sport. Definitely no reason to beat it up any further. Just hopefully you guys get a good idea of the performance capability of this SUV. Compared to Grand Cherokees of the past, the body roll is significantly limited. Press and hold the right paddle shifter takes you out of manual mode. Everything gets significantly quieter too. Throw this one in a little bit quicker than we should. Still puts the power down good. Whoa! Without the paddle shift, the transmission has to like sort through the gears to figure out exactly where it wants to go. But it puts the power down, it hugs the corner well. Body roll's limited. Everything about this SUV is good. There's nothing like particularly great about it. No, it's not going to blow you away with performance. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Not the best looking, not the most spacious, of course, but it's also $42,000 for the base price. After destination, after this jet black appearance package, tow package, we're still sitting well under 50,000 bucks. If you're going to go for a bargain brand Grand Cherokee, I may steer you away from the jet black appearance package because I mean for 3,000 bucks, might as well go for a higher trim level and get some more options and features instead of just the wheels and black trim pieces. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. But at around the $45,000, $46,000 price point, this is without question one of the best vehicles out on the road today. Not just talking about SUVs, not talking about mid-size SUVs, vehicles in general. You have spacious seating for 5 people. Yes, I guess maybe you can say that the 3-row variant of this would be a little bit better of an overall bargain because of the 3rd row, but for what it is, this is an unbelievable value. You have space for 5 adults, comfortable materials, good materials just about everywhere you touch. Outside of the not having the auto-dimming rear view mirror, I really think that this SUV has absolutely everything that you would get from an SUV in the competition that could start $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 more than this if you're looking at something from the European competition. At $45,000, this 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, even with 2-wheel drive, is an unbelievable value. The fact that they're using the rear-wheel drive platform versus the front-wheel drive, that's the red light camera warning, but the fact you're using the rear-wheel drive platform over the front-wheel drive automatically scores at least 3 or 4 points in my book with this SUV. You don't have to pay extra for 4-wheel drive like with the competition. You can step on the gas, it doesn't feel like the steering wheel is going to rip out of your hands, it doesn't feel like you're going to have to replace your tires after about 2 months of ownership. It puts the power down well. If you're looking for the best value premium 2-row SUV with a naturally aspirated V6 engine that's not front-wheel drive, you're looking at it, and I would definitely recommend checking one of these out. And a big thanks to Mike and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Mike. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel's just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.